why is ground up so important? I mean, there's lots of reasons. There was lots of reasons. So to put it, if I was to put it into context for somebody who maybe doesn't understand or doesn't understand the history, it was practically a religious belief. Okay, it was akin to a religious belief. So why won't you murder somebody? Oh my God, are you kidding me? It's like it's one of the commandments. And you're going to kill somebody. Well, I mean, Reinhold Messner talked about, he made the phrase famous, the murder of the impossible. And if you go top down with a bolt gun or a bolt kit, whether you're self-driving or power drilling, you have murdered the impossible. We were not prepared to murder the impossible. It was against our religion. It was against our ethics. It was against our religion. Now, more than that, the ground-up approach we viewed as artwork. So it was a tapestry to test ourselves on, to test our creative capacity to visualize a line, and then test our psychophysical, emotional, spiritual capacity to then make it real, ground up, drilling sparingly off of hooks when required, only when required. And if it wasn't required, if it was so far within your grade that you had 100% confidence, you should just run it out. Don't place a bolt if you don't need it. Or string together an otherwise protectionless pitch with body weight placements. I've talked about that before. So gear that might hold a 5-footer or a 10-footer, but not an 80-footer. So you can string a pitch together like an aid climber would with body weight placements.
What if someone takes a huge whip on a pitch string together with body weight placements?
They're in danger of having it zipper, and they can either be killed or be hurt or killed.
What's a zipper?
A zipper is when all the pieces pull. So we would like one piece pulls, second piece pulls, and then you're back at the belay. If it's a total zipper, you're taking a factor 2 onto the station. Many times I would string together a pitch of pieces that would hold a slip, but not a big fall. So you were literally leading off of a piece that might hold to get to the next body weight piece and then tap it in. Okay? That gives you the confidence to go up another 5 feet and look for something else. You are totally looking all the time. Like to me, in some ways, I would call it, I'm playing the dentist. And what does the dentist do? He's looking for cavities, right? And he's tapping and, I would take a piton and I would be, if I had a little stance, I would be tapping a pin and testing cracks like a dentist. Waiting, I got a 1/4 inch. Okay. And, and then of course, some of the time you're just trying to get the pin because you're holding on with the other hand. So you're trying to get the pin to stick. And it's like, tap, 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 tap. Okay, it's in 1/8 of an inch. Tap, tap. Careful, or you're going to lose the pin. And sometimes if you try to clip a sling on it, it was too much weight, the pin would fall out of the crack. So you're like, okay, tap, tap, tap. And I don't want to, give a non-yam anecdote, but I will, okay? To give you a quintessential example of that, okay, I'm on the last pitch of rim wall, it's getting dark. I've got a thin blade in the tip. I'm run out 40 feet from the belay above the ledge. I got no gear in, and I'm below an overhang. And I'm trying to get this pin in, and the sun's going down. We're losing daylight. It's like I get the pin in. If I don't get a pin, I got to down climb, and we're going to bivouac. Okay? So, and I'm tap, 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 tap. And I'm holding my hammer with my 2 fingers like this to stabilize the pin. And I'm holding on with my other hand. And I'm tapping it like this. I'm tap, tap, tap. 16th of an inch, tap, tap, tap. 1/8 of an inch, tap, tap. Oh, 1/4 inch. Now I grab the shaft of the hammer. Tap, tap. Not too hard. You don't want it to bounce out of the crack. Tap, tap, tap. Then 1/2 inch. 1 inch. Okay. Fuck, it's going in. And then I start. I've got my teeth gritted, and it's in 2 inches, and I'm wailing on this piton, and I drive the whole thing in all the way to the eye. This is as good as a bolt. And I clip it in, and I howl. Yeah! Clip it into the rope, and I'm gone. I'm like Ben Johnson to the top. I was with Jim Savigny and Chuck Quinn. They climb up to the top. We top out. That's the top. Dead flat, unrope. We go down. Fate or fortune would have it. I don't climb with Chuck Quinn for 30 years. And I went climbing with him 2 years ago. And he says, Steve, do you remember that piton on Rim Wall? I'm like, oh yeah, I remember it. He goes, I still have it. He says, it's on my wall at home. I kept it. He said, when you were run out so far off the ledge, that was your one piece of gear on the whole pitch. He says, I kept it. And I remember when you howled, he says, I heard it. I heard the pin going in, ding, like tap, 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 like a mouse. And then bang, bang, and then it started to ring. And it ringed, and you got that thing, you clipped it in. He says, you howled, you yelled like a werewolf with glee. I have the pin on my wall at home. It's the only pin that's on my wall from a lifetime of climbing. So that's how memorable, and I remember that. That was 1987, okay? It's 35 years ago, and I remember that piton like it was yesterday. It is branded on my brain like a Frankenstein, if you know what I mean. And Chalk remembers it too. So pretty intense stuff.
That's amazing. Fuck, what a story.